You are not going to believe what you are going to hear this older woman actually say about dating in Vegas. Before we get to this clip, I got a couple questions to ask you guys. Are you prepared for dating in your 30s? And who prepared you for dating in your 30s? Comment your thoughts under this video. Also, I'm interested in knowing, what is dating for? This is a concept that it seems like a lot of women do not understand. So let's go ahead and get back into this clip. But first, let me remind you of where you are. You are on the Confidence and Clarity channel. My name is Bertrand. Let's get into this video. Here we go.
I have some news. I am back in the dating world, and let's just say nobody prepares you.
First, I want to congratulate this woman for making it back out into the streets. Announcement made. Let's go.
For what it's like to date in your 30s in Las Vegas, because the situationships are real. The dating apps, a whole different story. I'm learning a lot about myself, a lot of it flattering, most of it hilarious. There's one thing I do know. No matter what, I'm going to show up in a cute outfit, because even if the date sucks, at least I'm going to look good. Anyways, more of this coming, because apparently this is my life now and I'm here for it.
Welcome back to the streets. Now, Vegas is a very interesting place to date, because most people go to Vegas to find somebody to jump up and down on. The thing that we hear about Vegas the most is that there's a lot of jumping up and down on someone else. There's a lot of street drugs, and there's a lot of money being gambled. So if you're not going there for one of those three reasons, you probably shouldn't go, because you're not getting the full experience of Vegas. In fact, a statement that is said around the world is, whatever happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. So she has been warned and she's been prepared. If she thinks that she's special, then she really is special, but not the special that you would want. Not the like she's special for the night or for the weekend, but like she's special. Now, what I mean by that is this: if you don't know why you're in Vegas, then you have lost your mind. Vegas is its own place. It's its own monster. Whatever happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, or you hope it does.
Hey, wake up, 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 wake up. You're in the middle of the road. Be careful, be careful, be careful.
And you hope it does. You hope that it stays there. You hope that it does not follow you back home. You hope that it stays right there in Vegas, maybe possibly for you to come back to later on. Now, really quick, this woman talked about situationships being real. Now, why is it that situationships are real? The reason why is because we're in hookup culture. Women are hard to trust. Morality and shame are gone. You hear a lot of people, or a lot of men, talk about accountability and loyalty. You know, on all of these pop the balloon dating shows, dating websites, dating apps, the thing that you hear most is loyalty, honesty, emotional intelligence, emotional availability. Like, you hear all these catchphrases, which really all describe the same thing. You're looking for a mate that doesn't exist. You're looking for someone who could read your mind. But this is why dating, or let me say getting past dating, is actually hard. And realistically, people don't want relationships anymore, because relationships are stressful, sexless, and expensive. Who wants to deal with paying bills for somebody and they never jump up and down on you? You never get to put them through a mattress. Or when you do put them through a mattress, the stress and the work that you had to put in just to make it happen again after you've already had it on a continuous basis, it does something to your mind. And especially when you know that you can restart that process by getting out into the world or getting back into the streets, because what one woman won't do, 10 will. Now, speaking of who prepared us for dating in our 30s, no one. Right? No one prepared us for dating in our 30s, because by that time, you're supposed to be with a person that you want to do life with, or the person or your person, right? That's what's supposed to be happening in your 30s. You're supposed to be raising children and even possibly having more children, right? That way, by the time you get to your 40s and your 50s, now you are a grandparent and now you get to welcome in the new generation. But that is not what we're constantly seeing. What we're constantly seeing is women leaving because the guy said no, because the guy did not have an unlimited amount of money, because the guy, just got tired of dealing with her and no longer wanted to have conversations with her. But what I can tell you about Vegas, once again, is you go there to find dates, especially for the night, because a date is supposed to end with sex. This is something that a lot of women tend to overlook, and they're having problems finding a mate because they don't realize that you don't go to Vegas for a mate, you go to Vegas for a date, right? You're going there so you can jump up and down on somebody, or somebody can jump up and down on you. Now, if you find yourself single in your 30s, in your 40s, in your 50s, well, that means you've had the person, you've had your person, you've had a person to do life with, and that person wasn't good enough. So now you have to look at different types of things. But this is where we constantly hear women say that men are playing games, or older men are playing games. But speaking of games, do you realize who plays the most games? Women. Older women play the most games because now they're keyed in on exactly what they want, which is your money. For instance, a woman wants to know how much you have in life insurance, how much you make on an income basis, if you have business or businesses, if you have a stock or a real estate portfolio, or if you have any income, any savings, anything. And guess what? She wants that, not her own. She wants yours. So these are the games that older women play. But older men, especially men who've been divorced, right? They have already been through that. And if you don't believe me, get divorced and you're going to see exactly what that woman is going after, especially if she doesn't have what you have.
To pay a prostitute so she leaves when we're done, rather than sit here and put a bunch of money into a chick.
Now, if the tables are flipped and the woman has more money, then the game is played by the man. So basically what I'm saying is most people are after your money, not love. And the only time you're really looking for love is when you actually need love. Now, young people, right? Teenagers to, maybe like you're 20, like maybe like 22, you're looking for love. You're looking for that person that you could like actually be with. But by the time you get over 22 and you get closer to 25, now you're looking for somebody who can provide a certain life and a certain lifestyle. It just happens to be a luxurious lifestyle, a comfortable, luxurious lifestyle where you get the dinners, you get the dates, you get the purses, you get the trips, you get to go on all these different excursions. And these are also the things that older women actually expect. This is why I said this is a game, and older women actually play this game. In fact, I tell this story a lot, so I'm gonna summarize it by saying older women will have disqualifying conversations with you, and they will ask you disqualifying questions to see if you're somebody that they can actually get money out of. So if she can't get money out of you, and again, I guess I should have probably said these are attractive women. Now, not all attractive women do this, but let's just say the informed woman actually ask those types of questions and have those types of conversations. The funny thing about her saying that people don't prepare you for dating is the biggest piece of advice that I hear women give other women is leave him. You can do better. You can do better. Leave him. You can do better. You can find better. And I'm like, dang, what if she had the best already? What's better than the best? Right? Like that doesn't even make sense, right? But these are the things that are happening. This is why here on my channel, I encourage men and women to become the best version of yourself, to live life the best way you possibly can, to enjoy life as much as you possibly can, because we're living in hookup culture. And within this culture, a lot of things or a lot of relationships are not happening or are no longer happening because people are understanding, oh no, this is short term. She's just gonna leave. But you know what? Maybe I'm tripping. What do you think? Comment your thoughts under this video. I also want to thank you for watching this video, especially if you made it this far. Remember to like and subscribe to the channel for more confidence and clarity, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.